Hey everybody, this is Captain Eat here for you for another Avatar Last Airbender episode review. This is going to be sorry, I almost messed that up. This is going to be season 3, episode 3, titled The Painted Lady, book 3, Fire. So let's get into it. My bad, I was really like messing up with my words right there. Anyway, after the opening and the recap, we cut to Team Avatar on Appa. Aang's messing around in the water, messing around with Momo. Everybody else is on top of Appa, and Appa's walking through some water. But this water is disgusting. Like the water's brown, and it got mud in it. It's like it's all gunked up. Like this water is polluted like crazy. And it's kind of funny because Aang, he's constantly going under the water and popping up, and Momo keeps trying to catch him. And then Aang jumps on top of Appa. He goes, "You know what? I think this water's polluted." I'm like, duh. like it's just all brown and stuff. Like, even if it wasn't, like, it's brown. Like, come on, Aang. Like, why would you even get into it? Anyway, he uses airbending to clean himself off. All the mud gets on everybody else. So he uses some more airbending to get all the mud and stuff off of them. And so anyway, Sokka says that they need to hurry up with this little... Oh, no, sorry. There was one little joke of Sokka. He was like, oh, so this water is polluted. No wonder I couldn't catch anything. I'm off the hook. And he has his little fishing hook with nothing on it. Nobody laughs until Toph says, well, I hope your plan can be on the hook. I messed that joke up. They started to laugh anyway. Anyway, Sokka brings out this super long piece of paper, and that's the schedule they have to keep on until the day of the Black Sun invasion. And the schedule is pretty tight, because since they're really hungry, they want to find something to eat. And Aang sees a little village on the water in the distance. He goes, hey, maybe they got some food over there. And then Toph goes, well, do we have any time in your schedule? He goes, yeah, but we're gonna need to only take 3 potty breaks today. Like, this schedule is pretty tight the way he go only get 3 potty breaks for one little stop to get some food. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Anyway, everybody goes plus, everybody goes by Appa and Momo. Aang puts some fake grass on top of Appa, but his horns are still sticking out, so not the best disguise in the world. Anyway, they go to the docks and they meet a guy named Doc. He says he can row the boat over to the town so they can get some food. Anyway, while they're rowing the boat, Doc does ask them where they're from, and they said they're Earth Kingdom colonials. He goes, oh, okay, that's cool. But I'm like, they're wearing... It's funny because when he asked them that, the camera pans on everybody, and I'm like, they're wearing firebender clothes, so, like, well, I guess you don't necessarily have to be a firebender to wear firebender clothes, but you get what I'm saying? But still, like, he looks at them, and this is the scene we see. He's like, hey, where are you guys from? And they're wearing firebender clothes. So, yeah, and obviously we know this whole town know who firebenders are. It's not like, it's not like those swamp guys. Remember those swamp guys are like, wow, there's other waterbenders around the world? They were like in that one closed location. They had no idea what was going on around the world, just like Paul Singh said. So they know what firebenders are, and you know what I'm saying. So it was kind of funny to me how I was like, they're wearing firebender clothes, so I think you'd be kind of scared of them. But anyway, while they're rowing the boat, he has this really big stick and he swings it and almost hits Toph because he doesn't know what's going on. So Sokka has to push Toph, so she can dodge it. And he mentions about how, the reason, at first Katara, sorry, I'm stuttering. Katara does ask them, hey, how come your little village is in the middle of the water? He goes, oh, this village was a fishing village, but Fire Nation soldiers came in and built that factory you see over there. And ever since they built that factory, it's been gunking up the water. Now this water is super polluted, and now, yeah, we're not really a fishing village anymore. But that still is our village, so, we stay on it because that's where we live. You know what I'm saying? But we don't do much fishing these days since the water's all polluted from the factory over there. And as soon as they land on the docks, they walking around the city. Well, they're walking around the village, and they just see women, children, men just laying down, sick, coughing, like looking like they're really finna die, and they don't really have anything for them. Now, Katara wants to stay and help these people. Sokka says he doesn't have any time, but they don't have any time for it because they have to go beat the Fire Lord, and they get into a big argument about it. Now, I can understand both sides. Obviously, Katara, she sees some people in need, they need help. Why would we just walk past some people that need help? Let's help them. Sokka's like, well, we can't just stop and help every single rinky-dinky village that we find on our way to the Fire Nation, we'll be helping these guys a lot more once we take down the Fire Lord. Once we take down the Fire Lord and the whole Fire Nation capital, all this Fire Nation stuff is gonna go away. That's gonna help them out in the long run. It's gonna take too long to help every single person we meet on the way, because then we're gonna miss the Black Sun, and then the whole invasion. So I kind of understand both parties, but at the same time, when you see somebody, you want to help them. You don't want to just walk. Hey, I'm gonna help you later. I'm gonna do something in 2 weeks. I'm gonna help you later. In 2 weeks, that guy might be dead. So it'd be probably best to help him now. I do understand both parties, but I think I'm more siding on Katara's part. But hey, it's whatever. Anyway, they get to the food little counter place in this village, and it's Doc. And they go, "Hey Doc, you sell food here? We didn't know you work here." He goes, "Oh no, I don't work here. My brother Sue works here." But you're the same. And he's like, "You're the same person. I mean, you're literally wearing the exact same clothes. Only difference is the hat." He goes, No. My brother Doc, he works in the docks. That's why he's named Doc. And my name is Sue. That's why I work in the store." That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, what would I have for you guys today? He brings up a bucket, and all the fish looks disgusting because the water is polluted. So all the fish has mud and stuff in it. Anyway, Sokka only has enough right now to buy 3 fishes. They take them and walk away. This one little boy walks up to Katara and says, "Hey, do you have anything to spare?" She takes one of the fish, gives it to the little boy. She says, I wish I can do more." And the little boy runs over to his mother, and we see his mother laying down looking really sick. And he gives her the fish, and she pats him on the head. And Katara obviously looks pretty sad. That's a sad scene to see, a dying mother, her son trying to do anything she can. And the very next scene is them arguing again on the other side. Well, yeah, because it's this little patch of land. They have to go on the water to get to the village, and then they went back to the patch of land. So they're back on the patch of land, and it's kind of cool because there's this bucket of water. There's 2 buckets of water. One is over a fire and it's boiling, and the other one has a bunch of gunk and muck in it. So Toph is using earthbending to get all the mud and stuff out. That's technically, mud is earth. It's just wet earth, but it's still earth. So she's using her earthbending to get the mud and stuff out and putting it to the side. And then Aang's using waterbending to get the rest of the clean water out and put it in the bucket that's over the fire. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let me see if I can actually get it in this shot real quick so I can show you. They do this again later on, but here we go. See? All the mud and stuff is going off to the side where Toph is, and Aang, he's waterbending the rest of the clean water out. See, that's pretty cool. And Katara puts it in the water that's boiling. That's pretty cool. Combining 2 elements. Okay. Anyway, Sokka's oh wait, sorry, I gotta put the tab back on the TV before I continue. Alright. Anyway, Sokka starts to go crazy about how they this little detour took them off schedule, but since they're off schedule now, everybody has to wake up 45 minutes early. Obviously nobody wants to do that. So Sokka says, okay, maybe I can compromise. Maybe we can have our lunch breaks and our bathroom breaks together. Obviously, nobody wants to do that either. He goes, "Hey, we gotta stay on the schedule. We want to make it to the Fire Lord's palace on the day of the Black Sun. We gotta hurry up with the schedule." And they're like, "Sokka, but your demands are ridiculous. We gotta wake up 45 minutes early, do our bathroom breaks and water breaks at the same. These demands are ridiculous just to stay on this stupid schedule. Everybody's just." They're not having it. They're not having it. Anyway, it cuts from night to day. And in the daytime, Appa, he's kind of sick. And everybody in the first Sokka is kind of mad because they're going to be off schedule. But then he goes, obviously, I'm mad because, Appa's sick too. And he's like, "Man, you don't look sick. Appa, are you sure you're sick, man?" Appa opens his mouth. His tongue flops out. And part of his tongue is purple. And he's like, "Oh no." His tongue is purple. "Katara, can you heal him?" So he goes, "Not really. We're going to need some medicine for this. Let's see if they have any medicine in town." So they go back to town, and they meet Sue again. It's kind of funny because at first they were like, this guy's crazy. He thinks he's 2 people. But they just roll with it. As soon as they walk up, they go, "Hey, Sue, where's Doc?" Hey, Doc, where's Sue? They instantly just, okay, we'll just roll with the punches. We'll pretend like this guy is the same 2 different people, all right? So they call him by his regular name. Anyway, so as soon as they walk into town, everybody in the town is really happy and joyful. They're like running around, more active. Aang's like, yo, what's Sokka's like, hey, Sue, what's going on? Why is everybody so much happier today? And then Sue says that, oh, somebody mysteriously just dropped off a bunch of good looking food on our docks this morning. Now this whole town is more cheery than ever. But I think it was the Painted Lady. The Painted Lady? He goes, yes, the Painted Lady is a guardian spirit that protects this village. And we haven't seen her. Well, sorry. He says that he always thought it was a myth because he never seen the Painted Lady. But hey, some random food just magically popped up on the docks. It has to be the Painted Lady. And then Sokka's like, yeah, okay. Okay, the Painted Lady. Anyway, they get some more fish, and they get a two-headed fish this time. It looks pretty nasty, I ain't gonna front. Because, it's still like all, I don't know how I guess they could have waterbend. I guess that, they're gonna have to cook the fish. Yeah, they gotta cook it, and they could waterbend and earthbend the stuff out of it, so... Yeah, okay, no. I was gonna say, I don't know how they keep eating all this fish, but yeah, I guess I can just do that. Anyway, the very next scene, we see the Painted Lady walk over to the village, goes into the little hut with a bunch of sick people, heals all of them, and then when she looks up, because we get the little kid from before, he's in that same hut with all the sick people because we just saw his mother was sick. And after she heals them, he wakes up and looks and sees the Painted Lady. The Painted Lady walks out. He goes, thank you. Then the Painted Lady looks up. And then we see his guitar. The Painted Lady is guitar. But the Painted Lady outfit is pretty cool. This is what she looks like. There's another shot of the Painted Lady that looks really cool too. But this is what the Painted Lady looks like. Like I said, the kid wakes up. He walks out and thanks guitar. And once he looks up, we see her face and it's guitar. It's guitar. That's the Painted Lady. Pretty cool. Okay. Put the towel back on the TV. Anyway, it cuts back to daytime, and the gang went right back to the village to get some food. And oh my bad. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I completely forgot. They went to buy medicine for Appa. When they asked for medicine, Sue said that all the medicine that they get goes directly to the finance and factory, so they don't have any food. So they're just gonna have to stay there and wait on Appa's sickness. That's why they're still there. I forgot to mention that in the last scene. My bad. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, the very next day, everybody's even more happy and joyful. And Sue says, like, yeah, the Painted Lady came last night and healed a bunch of our sick folk. Now everybody's even more happier than yesterday, and we actually see them putting up a giant statue of the Painted Lady. And then Sokka goes, yeah, this is pretty cool for the Painted Lady to do. But, hey, it's not a permanent solution. Like, these guys are going to go right back to the way they were, the next day or two. And obviously, Katara's like, what is wrong with you? How you say that? Hey, I'm true. The only permanent way to help these people is to probably get rid of that factory. The Painted Lady should just blow up the factory for spirit magic. And goes, come on. That's not how that works. And then, it's funny because when Sokka says the Painted Lady should just blow up the factory with the spirit magic, Sokka goes, ooh, and goes, come on. That's not how spirits work. It's more like this. Ooh. Sokka grabs Aang and they both go, ooh. Couple of goofballs. A couple of goofballs right here. My goodness. And then the very next scene, it cuts back to nighttime and we see Katara wake up in the middle of the night. Here we go. I'm looking this way because I was trying to get Aang and Sokka doing ooh. Goofball. Anyway, she wakes up in the middle of the night, puts on the Painted Lady clothes, and does all the spiritual tattoos and stuff. And while she's walking away to go to the village, we see Momo wake up and look at Katara running away. And when she runs away, Momo jumps on Aang and he wakes up. He goes, huh? Oh, snap. It's the Painted Lady. And then Aang starts to chase Katara all around the village and all around these little packs of land until eventually he's able to catch up to it. I don't know how she was able to run away from Aang for so long because, he's an airbender. Like, we literally see a scene where, Katara does have a good distance away from him, but he goes, okay. And, uses an airbender to run with it. Like, we see how fast Aang can run. I don't know how Katara was able to keep the distance for so long, but two cool things throughout this whole chase scene. One, Katara can literally walk on water. I guess it wouldn't make sense since he's a waterbender, but hey, that's pretty cool. So like, she was really literally walking on water. Aang was walking on water too, but he was like freezing different parts of the water so his feet could step on it. But when we see Katara do it, it looks like she's just running on water. Two, there's a part in this chase where Aang's on the roof and he's running. He goes, "Hey, painted lady, really nice to meet you. Can you hear my friend Appa?" And while he's running, there's a pole on a roof. So he goes, "Hey." Katara just keeps it moving. It's kind of funny how Katara just keeps it moving. But this is the scene where she was literally just running on water, and then Aang's on top of the roof, and he goes, "Hey, can you come here, my friend Appa? Really nice to meet you." And then a random pole comes out of nowhere, and he just hits his face. Anyway, Aang's able to catch up to her, and Katara's like hiding her face in the big hat. He goes, "Hey, painted lady, so nice to meet you. I'm the Avatar." "Oh, it's nice to meet you too, but I'm very busy." "Oh, you're really busy?" "Me too. This sucks." "Hey, you're really pretty. I met some spirit." Oh yeah, and Aang also mentions that he's really good friend with Heibai, that panda spirit that took Sokka away in season 1. Anyway, she goes, "Oh, I'm really busy. I'm sorry, I gotta go." He goes, "You're busy?" "I am too. That always sucks." "Hey, you look kind of familiar." She goes, "Oh, I get that a lot." When she says that, the camera pans up, and we get this really cool shot of Katara. I made it a thumbnail. It took me a while to find a good image of the of this frame, but I was able to find one. I made this a thumbnail. Like this is a really nice shot. Like, yeah, that is a nice shot. Anyway, I made that a thumbnail. You clicked on the video, so of course I'm sorry. Of course you saw it. I made a thumbnail. Anyway, she goes, "Well, I gotta go," and she starts to walk away. And goes, and he does a big air blast, and it takes her hat off. And she goes, "Katara, you're the painted lady?" She goes, "I mean, I wasn't at first. You know, the legend is the legend, but I wanted to help these people, and I thought, hey, the painted lady helped them out, so I thought I could just dress up as the painted lady. I'm sorry." And goes, "No, I think it's kind of cool. You're like a secret hero or something." She goes, "Hey, Aang, can you help me with something?" "Yeah, what?" And they walk over to the Fire Nation factory. She goes, "I want you to help me destroy this place." He goes, "Are you for real?" She goes, "Yeah, Sokka was just joking today, but no, he was kind of right. The only permanent way to help these people is to take down this factory. So let's do it." And then we just see a montage of Aang and Katara just going stupid on the factory. Katara using her waterbending to cut chains. Everything's falling apart. Aang using earthbending to just rampage through this place. Like, they just started going stupid inside the Fire Nation factory and just destroy it. And this is a really cool shot too, of them standing next to each other. Okay, now I can put this back on the TV. I was waiting. I would add a those 2 shots, so that's why I wasn't doing it yet. But let me put this back on the TV. All right. Now, after they destroy everything, Katara and Aang walk back to where everybody else was, and Katara's like, "Okay, be quiet. I don't want to wake Sokka." But Sokka and Toph are already awake, and Sokka's like, "Okay, I know you're the painted lady too. I know Appa's not really sick. You just gave him some purple berries." And then Toph opens her mouth and has some berries, and he goes, "Oh." And obviously Sokka, he's really mad because they've been here for about 2-3 days now. So obviously they're way off schedule. Why would you do this? You know, they get into another really big argument. And then out of nowhere, we cut to the Fire Nation factory, and we see the commander of the Fire Nation factory come out. And I always got so confused about this guy because he looks a little bit like Zhao, doesn't he? A little bit. I think it's the sideburns. I think he like every time when I watched this episode, I was like, "Zhao? Wait, nah, he died in the water. I mean, he died in the North Pole when the ocean spirit took him." But then I saw that scar. I was like, "Oh, did he get away somehow?" I didn't know what he got away. Like I was so. I mean, obviously this isn't Zhao, but when I first saw this, I was like, "Yo, Zhao? No way!" I was like, "Yo, he should be dead. Ain't no way he survived the ocean spirit." You know what I'm saying? But that was so confusing. Anyway, what's the Fire Nation? The commander of the factory, him. And a bunch of Fire Nation soldiers get on these motorcycle bikes that can float on the water, and they start to drive towards the village. And obviously everybody sees this, and then Sokka goes, "What did you do?" I destroyed the factory. You destroyed the factory? Are you dumb? Did you even think this through? They're obviously gonna blame the village for that. Now they're gonna ransack the village and properly destroy it. You gotta think about this. Come on. Look, we gotta go. This is way off schedule. She goes, no. I'm not gonna leave people. I'm not gonna just walk away from people that are in need. I'm not doing that. That's not me. And she gets up and she goes, look, I'm gonna go over there and help those people. You can come with me if you want to. Or you can just leave me. I don't care. She starts to walk away and Sokka goes, wait. I'm coming too. She goes, Sokka, you do have a heart. Well, you need me and I need you. I can't just leave you. And they hug it out. And then we cut over to the little village. Anyway, the YouTuber named Overlight's Avatar, he says that this was one of his worst episodes in the whole series because this is basically just a repeat of I forgot the episode name, but it was in season 1. We met that Earthbender guy that his father got taken. Remember that episode when all the Earthbenders in that village got taken away to that prison in the middle of the ocean, and Katara stayed behind to help them because she didn't want to leave anybody behind, or she wanted to help people that she saw that needed help and stuff. He was like, basically just a repeat of that, but a little bit worse. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, he did not like this episode. I mean, all the facts and points he was pointing out, I mean, okay, yeah, I do understand why. I can see why this episode was pretty bad. And when he pointed it out, I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of a repeat of that episode. I mean, I wouldn't say this is my worst episode. It was a little funny in some spots, but yeah, I mean, it's not one of the best. It's definitely not one of the best episodes of the series. Anyway, obviously he's mad because he thinks that they took down the factory. So he goes, you know what? We're going to take this village off of the map. And they start to destroy the village a little bit. Out of nowhere, they hear a flute play. And a bunch of smoke just comes out of nowhere. And you hear we hear like a growl. And we hear like just dum, dum. And they go, what the heck is that? And the smoke is being made by Katara with the water bending. Sokka has the flute. Toph has this giant boulder rock that she just constantly earthbending up, slamming on the ground. And she's in a cave that's what's making it so loud. And Appa's in the cave too, and he's just growling. Anyway, there's like this, I don't know what it was, but it was like this bomb thing that they kept lighting on fire. The Aang uses airbending because he's hiding under the docks. And he uses airbending to make a big gust of air, and then it disperses. Light it again! And then they light it. The Aang just uses airbending again to disperse the fire. What is going on? And the painted lady shows up. And it's kind of, because I don't know why Katara couldn't use any airbending. I mean, not airbending. Waterbending. Because at first, everything she does is Aang. I think she does try to use some waterbending at first. And then Aang uses some airbending to, push 2 or 3 guys to the side without her even doing anything. There was even one shot where all she does is look. And then Aang uses airbending and, some guy gets thrown into the water. Then all the 5 Nation soldiers get really scared and jump on their motorcycles and drive away. And then she no, it was even one moment where she just raises her hand up and everybody else gets scared. So now it's just the commander that looks like Zhao. Anyway, he goes, you know what? I'll finish you myself. And he does this. He does this. And it's like a flame wave that's going straight towards Katara. And the flame wave is reflected in Aang's eye. He gets really scared. And he does this really big gust of wind that shoots Katara all the way up. And then Aang shoots another big gust of wind at the guy, and he gets thrown into the water. She grabs him. She uses waterbending to walk on the water. She goes, leave this place and never come back. And they're all really scared and they run away. And at first I was like, why did they do that? Aang really scared and reflected in his eye. But I started to think, the last time Aang, I guess, technically saw fire goes towards Katara. I always think about the time that he uses fire. He used firebending and he did that flame, disc, that flame ring, and Katara was too close and she got burnt. I was thinking that's why, reflecting in his eye, he was really nervous about it. I couldn't think of anything else besides that, so I'm guessing that's what it is. Anyway, some of the paint, she didn't really do anything, but somehow some of the paint came off, and Shu was like, wait a second, you're not the painted lady. You're that girl from earlier that came in for the past 2 days. Why are you pretending to be the painted lady? Everybody starts yelling at her yeah, stop being a fraud. Yeah, get her. And it's like, whoa, hey. She healed you guys. She gave y'all food. She literally destroyed a 5 Nation factory that's been polluting your water and make you all sick. You guys should be getting on your knees and thanking her. And Katara's like, wait, no, they're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pretended to be somebody that I'm not. Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. I shouldn't have pretended to be somebody that I'm not. I thought that the only way to help you guys was to pretend to be the painted lady. Now, I mean, now I can see that's not really true. You guys shouldn't just wait on some sort of random miracle to happen. You guys need to help yourselves. And then they're like, how should we do that? And Toph in the audience and she goes, maybe you should clean the water. She was like, yeah, maybe we should clean the water. Everybody just starts cleaning the water and they're able to clean the water within a day. That's pretty cool. And there was one last little joke where Sokka asks Sue, hey, you gonna help cleaning the water? And he goes, nah, I don't really like doing that. But hey, my brother Bushi, he loves cleaning the water. He takes off his hat, another hat appears, and goes, haha, I knew it. You're the guy on the docks, and you're the storekeep. I knew it. No, what are you talking about? I got two other brothers. I just saw you change hacks. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, actually, my brother Doc does that. But hey, he's kind of crazy. And the Aang gets really mad and storm off. And then we get a montage of them actually cleaning all the muck and gunk out of the water. Then the very next scene is nighttime. Everybody's asleep. Katara goes over to the nice clean water to wash her face. And once he does that, a bunch of steam starts to surround her. She goes, what? In the world? And she looks up. And it's the actual painted lady spirit. She comes up to Katara, says thank you. And then she just disappears. That's all she just says thank you. Disappears. And Katara's like, obviously she was kind of shocked. And then she smiles. And then we go to the credits. This is what the painted lady looks like. It might be a bit too bright, so I don't know if I'll be able to show it, but I don't think she was as bright as, what's her name? Princess Yue? Can y'all see that? Hey, you can see that. Let's go. Okay. But we get to see the actual painted lady. She says thank you, and then she goes away. Okay, yeah, that's too bright. Woo, that was way too bright. And that's the end of the episode. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all there for being wonderful human beings. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Alright. Okay. I can't wait to get to episode 5 of this season. Cause that's the beach, right? Yeah, the beach. I can't wait to get to that, man. That's a good one. That is a good one. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.